In this video, I'm going to be giving you some handy tips on things that you should avoid on your next trip to Disneyland Paris. Spending too much money on a hotel room when at the end of the day, really, you are only going to just sleep there. You can visit other hotels by booking a meal in one of their restaurants or just taking a little nosy walk around the hotel. You just aren't allowed to use their pool, gyms or car parks. So just think of your hotel room as a place to sleep only, and that money can be spent better elsewhere in the parks on snacks, merch, food, anything. Don't lose holiday days. Those are typically the 2 travel days that you'll have at the start and at the end of your holiday. If you are able to drive to Disneyland Paris, Le Shuttle gives you loads of choices with time options to get your train and therefore arriving at Disneyland Paris as early as you want to make the most of that first day, and then again leaving as late as you want to make the most of that last day that you have there. Or do a little bit of research if you are flying or taking the Eurostar, just to pre-book those times that are going to best suit your holiday and make the most of the time that you have there. Plan your trip around these busy holiday seasons. So these are always Christmas, Halloween, school holidays, so cater in for European and UK holidays. And also potentially this year, the 30th of September, when the 30th anniversary celebrations for Disneyland Paris will come to an end for good. So that day could potentially be really busy in the park with people cramming to get in to watch that brilliant parade for the last time. If you did want to experience these holiday seasons in the park, I would highly recommend going either at the very beginning of the 6 weeks holidays or that last week in the 6 weeks holidays do tend to be quite quiet in the parks. September, when all the kids are back at school, so the parks will definitely be quiet. Or if you did want to have a glimpse of the Christmas season at Disneyland Paris, early November is a really good time to go as well. If you're going to Disneyland Paris soon and you have a couple of questions that you would like to ask, please drop them in the comments below, as I'd love to help. And please consider subscribing. Buying or booking something just because someone else has on their trip could potentially ruin yours. Just because there's a particular piece of merch or a new snack or a particular hotel that someone has stayed in on their holiday doesn't mean that you have to do it on yours. It's your holiday. Take their advice, use it if you want to, or just adapt it to make it fit your holiday. It's okay to do what you want to do and what you have planned, or buy what you want to buy. You do you. Missing your virtual queue return time. Disneyland Paris are really strict on this, and these are allocated to the meet and greets within the Avengers campus. So that's to meet Spider-Man or the random character that you have with a 180-degree photo. They are very strict if you miss them. So allow your phone to send you the notification from the app just to give yourself enough time to remember, and that little reminder, because being in a Disney park and going on the rides and everything that's going on in the parks will make you forget that you have a virtual return time. So just allow the app to send you the notification to give you that little nudge to make sure that you make your time on time. A really handy tip is if you have a restaurant reservation and then when you book to meet Spider-Man and it gives you a return time and it happens to be at the same time that you're meant to be eating, don't panic. Go to the restaurant and let them know that you have a virtual queue and a return time at the same time that you have your meal booked, and the restaurant will give you a 1-hour grace period, which will allow you to go and meet your character and then return to have your meal. Making a big decision without discussing it with your children first. Kids can be pretty blunt and will tell you if they don't like something or if they do, even if it hurts your feelings. So it's always best to make those big decisions and have a discussion with them to make sure that they actually want to do it. If they're absolutely petrified of meeting someone with a full face mask on and a character, so even if they're scared of meeting Santa, potentially booking a really expensive experience like having a character breakfast may not be the best option. Even if you really want to do it, it's not worth ruining the whole day or the trip by having a really upset child because they don't want to be very close to Mickey Mouse. Maybe save it for a couple of years' time when they're okay with meeting a character. Tripping on the trolley tracks down Main Street. Yes, Sleeping Beauty's castle is stunning. But just keep an eye on what's on the floor. If you twist your ankle by slipping on one of the trolley tracks, it really hurts. Believe me, I've done it a couple of times because I have been looking around everything that's going on, which is absolutely fine, but not have been aware of what's underneath my feet. And if you twist your ankle, it could potentially ruin quite a few hours or the rest of your day in the park. So just be aware of the trolley tracks on the main street, and it happens to all of us. A really important one, don't ignore your body. Dehydration, the heat, tiredness, blisters on your feet, don't ignore them. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. There are water fountains at designated areas around the park, so keep hydrated. You do not want to get dehydrated, especially if the weather is really, really warm. Keep plasters in your bag. The last thing you want is a blister on your foot. Don't wear a new pair of shoes to break them in the parks. Wear a comfortable pair of shoes, but again, those comfy shoes that you find at home are okay, may not be so comfortable when you're walking 30,000 steps around the parks. So just keep a couple of plasters in your bag. They don't take up any space and it will relieve you of a lot of pain. There is no tired like Disney tired. If you are tired, just take a break, go back to your hotel room, have a seat on a bench somewhere, sit on the pavement on Main Street and watch the parade go by if you just happen to be there at the right time. You're not going to miss anything. Allow your body to recover, take that break and then carry on. Yes, Disney is amazing, but why have your holiday ruined by things that can be avoided? So go and enjoy yourself, but just keep in the back of your mind things that you can do to avoid any mishaps. As always, I hope you found this video useful and I'll see you again soon.